Good morning, Flylady Diane here with a short introduction to this week's zone. If you take your calendar and have a look, you will see that we are starting this week. Do you see that? The 22nd of May, which means that it's the fourth week, if you count that on your calendar. And zone 4 is the master bedroom, as you can see behind me, and also the wardrobe, the closet, and if you have a master bathroom. So that's what we're going to be working on this week. And remember, don't get all caught up in having to do 5 missions and detail clean the whole room every morning from noon to noon to night. That's not what it's all about. All we're going to do is we're going to try and make a bit of progress in this area. And you can do it 2 ways. Either you can go to flylady.net and look at the list of missions for the week. If you just type in the little search box, sneak peek for the week, it'll give you a list of missions. And remember, you don't have to do all these things to make an improvement in zone 4. Just do a little bit when you can. And you know what I always say, just set your timer for 15 minutes and see what you can get done in the area. If you don't have a full 15 minutes, set your timer for 2 minutes and do what you can. Now, I had a quick look at the missions for this week, and it's normally a mixture of cleaning and decluttering, just to give you some ideas. And the first mission for this week is actually to change the bedding. And I'm making this video on Monday. This is the day that I do my weekly home blessing. So that's the first thing I'm going to do in this room. And remember, we have our little weekly home blessing challenge going on. I'll be checking in with you again this week to see how you're doing. Because an awful lot of you were putting off doing the weekly home blessing because you thought, well, it's not going to make a difference, or I've got too much clutter in order to clean. Anyway, go and have a look at that. I'll put a link up there. And anyway, I just wanted to talk you a bit through this zone. So we are in zone 4, which is the bedroom. If you're just starting with Flylady, I would suggest that you go along with the missions. I didn't say you've got to do all the missions, just look at the missions, and that will give you a good starting point of where to get dug in. If you've been with Flylady for a while, you may want to, do the missions and do 15 minutes of decluttering in this room every day. But don't overwhelm yourselves. That's why I say, use the timer. Do 15 minutes, put things away. When we're decluttering in this room, we've got a giveaway bag, a throwaway bag, or, recycling bag, and a put away bag. And put away items are things that don't belong in the bedroom, they belong in other areas of the house. So once you've done your 15 minutes of decluttering, you put the items away, or you throw the items away, or you put the stuff in the recycling. Then you can come back and do another session. The problem in the beginning is that if you are not doing your routines, and please make sure that you do your morning routine or your evening routine before you do any detailed cleaning or decluttering. The problem is that if we're not down pat with routines, we're feeling tired and overwhelmed. But when we do start decluttering, we think, oh yeah, I can really make a dent in this. And then we want to go on and on and on instead of taking a break. So just make sure that your morning routine is done before you get into this zone. And yes, my morning routine is done. I'm going to show you. I'm dressed to shoes today, and it's really hot here in Copenhagen. So I've got my, can you see? I've got my elasticated sandals on today. Anyway, I want to talk to you a bit through this room. So, for example, you can see that we have a chair there. That's my husband's chair. He's got some clothes that need to be folded and put away or put into the wash. I've got some areas on top of our bedside cabinet. You remember that I've got this kind of strange roll-away bedside cabinet from IKEA. I'll just pull it out and show you. Which means that I tend to get an awful lot of things that I can just kind of stash in there. I need to work on that. That's where I keep my secret stash of sweets for when I'm reading when I go to bed early. I've got some books that need to go back in the bookshelf in our living room. I've got some jewellery that needs to go away, so I'm going to be working on that. I don't have anything underneath the bed, go me, apart from my slippers and my elasticated sandals. That's basically that. Oh yeah, because I know a lot of you wanted to see my my closet. Just hold on and I'll turn you around. Okay, so this is my closet, and you'll see I've got everything kind of hanging by colour in that section. And normally I look at my outfit, you know, 1 or 2 days ahead. You'll see here from about here, I've actually got all these outfits are ready to go. That's because the family is coming to stay this week. And I know I'm going to be, you know, wanting to have fun with them, and I don't want to let my routine slip. So I've looked at a few possible outfits. So I've just got something to grab and wear. And you'll see that I've even, you know, added the jewellery. So it kind of depends on the weather, depends on what we're doing. There we go. And jewellery, I just hang up my earrings in one of those over the door things so they don't get mixed up. But anyway, hold on, let me just go on. You can see, and please don't judge me. I know I have a lot of jackets. I love my little jackets, and I've had them for many years. I don't buy many clothes these days, but I do have a kind of weakness for white jackets and grey jumpers, but don't worry, I'm working on it. Anyway, hold on and we'll go back again. There we are, back again. So when you are working in this zone this week, just set your timer, do 5 or 10 minutes. You know, if you come home from work and you're taking off your scrubs or you're changing into something a bit more comfortable, you know, maybe, you know, you're corporate and you're wearing a suit every day. When you come home and change, then you can spend 5 minutes just removing any obvious rubbish from this room, or recycling. Maybe you've got a stack of newspapers beside the bed. Just spend 2 or 3 minutes when you can. It doesn't need to be, you know, a carved out chunk of 15 minutes. And if you are wanting to do some detailed cleaning this room, you know, I've told you this before, but when I do my weekly home blessing, I have my cleaning items in a little caddy that I can carry around with me. And that way I've got everything that I need. I don't have to go back downstairs to the kitchen or the basement looking for stuff. I don't need many items to clean. That's the great thing when we start doing cleaning consistently with Flylady. We don't need all those toxic chemicals because we're doing it so consistently that the real grime and dirt never builds up again. I've got my little cleaning caddy, and I leave this cleaning caddy in the zone. So we are in zone 4, which is the master bedroom. So this little cleaning caddy stays in here so that anytime I've got a couple of minutes, I can just, you know, whatever it is, I can be dusting the skirting boards, I can give the mirror a polish. Oh, and when we got onto that, yeah, which reminds me, weekly home blessing, when you get to that part where it says shine mirrors, glass doors and windows, I've told you this before, I always start in the zone. So, you know, when we've got that 10 minutes, you know, on the timer, I do, and I can basically get all the windows done in this room and the big mirror and anything else glass. So that's what I suggest to you. That way we're kind of just going zone by zone, and you can get that done as part of your weekly home blessing. Yeah, and if I finish here, then I can use any extra time. You know, we've got 10 minutes to do it. If I get them all done in here in like 7 minutes, which is possible because we're just giving it a quick scoosh, then I go off and look for another room for the last couple of minutes. So anyway, I'm rambling this morning. I want to get going because it is, you know, spring, almost summer here, and I am ready to put on some new bedding, and now I can get rid of the extra blanket because it's getting really warm in here. So anyway, that's it for me, Flylady Diane. Do what you can this week. Give yourself a pat on the back when you're finished. Remember to take, because it is getting warm, I keep a water bottle with cold water in my little cleaning caddy. So that way I can take a little break between, you know, the 10-minute sessions and the weekly home blessing. And I think that was it. Was there anything else? No, yeah. So anyway, that was it for Zone 4, Master Bedroom this week. And you'll see that next week we only have, because it's the end of the month, we only have a few days in the living room. Remember, because a lot of you were confused about how does it work, you know, which days for the zones. Sometimes we have a full week. Sometimes we only have a few days in the zone, but don't worry about it. We are hitting these zones again and again and again, and it gets easier and easier. Keep going with our decluttering, because look what I've got today. My daughter was decluttering her pens, and look at that. I have a Doctor Who pen, which is now mine. I've cleaned it, and it's got a little Dalek in it. Do you see that? Yay, simple pleasures. Yeah. Anyway, I'm away to play with my Dalek pen and get on with my weekly home blessing. Have a great week in Zone 4. Flylady Diane signing out from wonderful sunny Copenhagen. Live long and prosper, and see you very soon. Bye for now.